La 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 la
Hi, this is Chris Walker, Big Angie Fan Channel here in Hawaii, doing another walk and talk vlog. The subject of today's vlog is 5 things I hate about Angelina Jordan. So the first one is ear infections. It's all your fault, Angelina Jordan, for all of the listening I've been doing with headphones and earbuds. But seriously, I did get an ear infection, and it might have had something to do with my headphone usage. Always be careful using headphones to disinfect them. But the reason that I have used headphones is partly for doing the reaction videos, but just listening to Angelina Jordan in general is there's a lot of nuance and texture and richness to her voice, which is really comes out more when you're using headphones.
The blues
One thing that a lot of people have said, and I say it too, is that she has the unique quality, and maybe not unique, but I can't think of any other artist that does this. She has the unique quality of that you can hear her songs, a song of hers like 50 times and like it better the 50th time than you did the first. Don't get tired of it. And a lot of that is because of all of these intricacies she brings to the song, that the more you listen, the more new things that you hear that you didn't hear the first time around. So, I think it's really important to get the full experience of Angelina Jordan, to listen to her with headphones. And I think that some people who do not appreciate her yet, it might be partly because they didn't get a chance to really hear all of the intricacies and nuances in her voice. So listen to Angelina Jordan with headphones at the risk of getting ear infections like I did. Okay, so talking about nuances of the voice, nuances and textures, that brings me to the second thing that I hate about Angelina Jordan. And that is, she has ruined me for so many other artists. The case in point is Adele. When Adele first came out, I really liked her quite a lot. I thought she was a refreshing change from other pop stars, that her voice was really good, but then Angelina came along, and again, listening with those headphones, hearing the two voices side by side, I just noticed all of these things about Adele's voice that I had not noticed before. It just sounds a lot more whiny and harsh, mostly just in comparison with Angelina Jordan. And there's other singers where the way that they've gone down in my estimation is because they don't have the versatility that I've heard from Angelina Jordan. For example, Janis Joplin is one of my all-time favorite singers for a certain kind of song. Like Me and Bobby McGee, I don't know if anybody could sing that song better than she did. But then could she turn around and do a great gospel song?
and sings my soul, my Savior.
So again, she is diminished with this comparison. I'm reminded of a story of a folk singer from the 1960s, Phil Oakes, and he talked about how he wanted to be the greatest songwriter of all time until he listened to one of the early albums of Bob Dylan. And so then he changed it to, well, I want to be the second best songwriter of all time. a lot of people, I think, are kind of playing for second best now. And so, speaking of comparisons, that brings me to the third thing that I hate about Angelina Jordan, and that is that talent shows like America's Got Talent or The Voice are kind of ruined for me. I never was really that much into them, but now that I have the comparison with Angelina Jordan to make, all of the singers kind of suffer, in that comparison. Now the singers on those shows, they just seem almost embarrassingly amateurish a lot of the time. It's like, okay, now I'm going to do this run going up really high, hitting that high note, and sure enough, yeah, that gets the applause. But does it really serve the purpose of the song? Or is it just kind of, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do all these things that you're supposed to do? I think that actually Angelina Jordan even did that a little bit on her appearance on America's Got Talent, but she did the absolute minimum, I felt. She did that one, run up to a high note because she knew that that was what was expected and that would get the audience oohing and awing as they did. But that was it. I can do that if you guys want that, but now I'm going to go back to my just gorgeous, very controlled singing, the runs that are just the right length and that are beautifully modulated, the tone. So that's another thing. Those talent shows are ruined for me. All right, now the fourth thing that I hate about Angelina Jordan is my eyes are getting ruined with all of this time I'm spending in front of the computer doing editing of my reactions and my compilations. It's all your fault, Angelina. No, but seriously, this points to the fact that she has had this effect on a lot of people that, other fans of hers, have been fans of other musicians, but it's just they haven't been affected to the point that they're willing to do these things they never thought they would be doing. Rusty Shackelford has talked about this some, that he's doing all these things for Angelina Jordan that he would not have thought about doing for other artists that he was a fan of and liked. And here I am, a guy in my early 60s who used to watch very little YouTube, and now I'm attempting to be a YouTube influencer, even though I'm really shy, because she just seems like that important of an artist that I really want to spread the word. And truth be told, she really doesn't need my help much at all, but I just felt compelled to do that, and so yes, it's because of you, Angelina Jordan, that I'm ruining my eyes with being in the computer hours at a time doing all of my editing.
He's lost in a wilderness. He's lost in a wilderness. He's lost. This is the man's world. Be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl.
Sometimes, yes, I do have to wait a while for my eyes to start focusing well again after I've done that. But, that's just the effect that Angelina Jordan has. Okay, and now the fifth and final thing that I hate about Angelina Jordan is she was born too late. And I'm sure a lot of her older fans, now she does have, her fan base does tend to skew older, and Angelina Jordan is going to have to attract younger people if she's going to be a big superstar, and especially with her latest releases, she's definitely showing signs of doing just that, of attracting a younger audience. But the thing is, for us older people, it's like, Angelina, why couldn't you have been born 20 or 30 years earlier? because we're not going to be able to see your whole career. You younger people have a chance to get on the train now and be listening to 40 or 50 years or more of just, somebody who could turn out to be one of the greatest singers of all time. So those are the 5 things about Angelina Jordan that I hate. Of course, I don't really hate anything about Angelina Jordan, but she really is a unique artist. I'm always trying to do these vlogs that are attracting people who are not really familiar with her yet, or maybe even heard something and weren't that impressed. Because I just think there's so many reasons that are not subjective that really point to her being, being an artist of very deep importance, of historical importance. So again, you young people, get your headphones out, sit down, do a session of many songs of Angelina Jordan, really listen to them closely, and you will be richly rewarded, I think, with a lifetime of wonderful music listening. So I guess that's about it. This has been Chris Walker in beautiful Hawaii. Aloha.